Alright, this is Ron Spaceman number 18. This is Ron Spaceman, and you will not be seeing him in a Marvel comic anymore nowadays. This cover is by Hank Miller. And this issue, it has got Ron Spaceman, obviously, and a guest appearance from the Excellent Men. If you didn't know about Ron Spaceman, he was a toy and the toy was shit, so they did a comic instead, and the comic was popular, but then Marvel didn't have the license anymore. So Ron Spaceman never appears in Marvel Comics, but IDW, off of Umbrella Man's famous YouTubes, IDW has got the rights to Ron Spaceman, so they can do Ron Spaceman comics that didn't sell. This one, it is written by Bill Bungalow and drawn by John Buscema, and straight away we get all the necessary backstory here. Ron Spaceman, he is a spaceman called Ron who came to Earth to kill all the shape-shifty aliens disguised as humans. And now he has found out that one of the aliens has had a baby with a human woman, and it is really powerful. And the Excellent Men, they think that Ron Spaceman is trying to kill a little boy because the shape-shifty alien baby has turned into a little boy. So they're all fighting Ron. We have got the Smurf, we have got Wolfman, Steelman, Storms, and Buffy Pride. Buffy Pride is told to just look after the little boy that they think is a little boy. What they didn't realise is really the evil shape-shifty alien baby. There is some really clunky plotting with an out-of-control windstorm that is just there to separate all the members of the Excellent Men and make it so that none of them can see what is really happening or be updated about what's going on. What's interesting though is that this is written by Bill Bungalow, who I reckon early on he was being groomed as a potential replacement writer for Christopher Claremont on Uncanny Excellent Men. He actually inked one of the very first Christopher Claremont story arcs in Uncanny Excellent Men. Then he wrote two fill-in issues, 106 and 110 I think. And he wrote really early guest appearances of the team in Spider-Man Team Up, and then there's this, which is quite a big appearance of them. So the evil alien reveals himself, and Buffy Pride finds out what's going on. But of course, all the weather is so bad, nobody else can see the big scary shape-shifty alien. So Buffy Pride starts fighting the alien, like in the film Predator, and there is so much thought balloons in this comic. Everybody is having a little think. This took ages to read. It's very wordy. And every other panel is just the characters thinking to themselves. Then Steelman finds out what's really going on, so he gets to fight the shape-shifty alien, and he is beaten straight away. He doesn't even get a punch in. Not a very good showing for him. And then he falls down, and the Smurf runs over and starts snogging him. Wolfman, he is fighting Ron Spaceman, and it's really forced. They try to justify it to explain why Wolfman isn't just chopping him up and slicing his head off and stuff. Also, you might notice that Buffy Pride is getting an unusual amount of focus in this comic. Especially when you consider how little the Smurf or Storms have to do in this. And we'll come back to my theory on what's going on with Buffy Pride in this later on. So she is fighting the evil shape-shifty alien, And Wolfman, he is fighting Ron Spaceman, and the rest of the team are asleep or being orally raped by the Smurf. It's a shame that Cyclist isn't in this one, really, because he is the best Excellent Man. So after 21 pages, Wolfman finally learns what's really going on, and he runs over, he goes to get Ron Spaceman's space gun, and he's going to use it to shoot the evil shape-shifty alien baddie. But what happens is, he pulls the trigger, and it backfires, and it hurts him, because, well, it's a special sci-fi gun from outer space, and it turns out only Ron Spaceman can actually use it. We see here, it knocks Wolfman on his arse, and it hurts him a lot. But then Buffy Pride, genius that she is, she runs over and picks it up and decides that she's going to use it, even though she has just seen that Wolfman can't use it. And somehow, she uses it without any problem. She uses it multiple times. There is some nonsense trying to rationalise this, saying that it's because of her Casper powers, but then she uses it again and defeats the evil shape-shifty alien. So, poor Ron Spaceman, he doesn't really get a day out in his own comic. And this seems really odd, doesn't it? Why is Buffy Pride being needlessly written up like a proper Mary Sue? Well, let's go back to page 1 and look at the credits here. Inspiration and assistance from Christopher Claremont. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is pretty much 100% is bullshit. All this rubbish with Buffy Pride, it's exactly what he would do in his own books. Bill Bungalow, the writer of this comic, he is much better than this awful Christopher Clairvoyantian style rubbish. And then there is a tonally weird ending with the Excellent Men congratulating and validating themselves, despite them acknowledging that they mostly messed up and had no clue what was going on for most of the story. Meanwhile, Ron Spaceman, who didn't even get to defeat the evil shape-shifty villain in his own book, Ron is trapped in a crazy sideways limbo dimension, and the next issue is probably much better. Ron Spaceman is held up as a proper cult favourite comic book. It ran for 75 issues with the same writer, and it had a really strong setup, and it was incorporated into the Marvel Universe really well in major ways. Very good stuff. This issue, though, not so much. This is maybe one of the weakest issues of Ron Spaceman. I would say that this is mostly of interest if you are a Christopher Clairvoyant Uncanny Excellent Men fanboy. I don't think that this is very good. I rate it 7 thumbs up.